Hey, 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 good afternoon, Ramelia. So it's Monday, the day after, and the Rams got up off of the snide, and like we all expected them to. The Jaguars were beat up, and they have a young quarterback, and he played the way we expected him to play. He'll probably be good the next few years, but we got off the snide. We looked dominant, as we should have against a team like this. OBJ got a touchdown. Stafford another three touchdowns. It was hopefully we'll use this as a springboard, like I was saying before the game, to get us going. Get on track. This McVay offense. We started running the ball more, but this McVay passing game is very complicated. A guy as talented as OBJ, it takes a little bit to get him acclimated to these sets. And there was even a Matthew Stafford. If you notice in the game, there was a couple of times where he turned the wrong way, and and he had to make the best out of it. As far as running towards the running back to do a play action or what have you. And you know, um, everybody with no preseason and the way things have been, uh, having to fit a new wide receiver in there. It is what it is, but there's no excuses. If you're, like I always say, if you're able to play, you're able to win. So, this time of year, a lot of teams are banged up. It is what it is. The only one who's not banged up is Kyler Murray, who happened to come back and give them a lift. Colt McCoy is filling in well for the Arizona Cardinals. So while they're still in our sights, we just got to keep putting W's on the board, and and improving as we go. The pass rush got after it again yesterday. This time we were looking more dominant and fierce. Still, the Aaron Donald's not getting the calls he deserves. I don't want to be one of these guys that cries about the calls, but this guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He deserves to get a call here and there at least once a game, because if you were to hold Jerry Rice in his prime, they're going to call it. If you were to hold a offensive guy in his prime, a wide receiver, they're going to hold it. If, they're going to call it rather, if you do something like that on there. But Aaron Donald is a defensive player, and a lot of times they don't get the calls. You can almost call something on every down, but this is a Hall of Fame first ballot uh, player, and he's not getting the calls at all. It's just amazing, and some of them lead to scores, which is frustrating because if they didn't hold, then he'd be in there and he'd be wrecking those plays. So, it goes with it. It is what it is. But we got the W. We're at 8-4 now. We were on 7 for so long. Hey, Jared Ramirez. Good afternoon, brother. Yeah, so we're 8-4 now. Thanks for coming in. Just wanted to pop in before I have to go to work. But yeah, I was at Disneyland again yesterday. I'm besides a Rams season ticket holder, I have Disneyland Dream Key. So I like to go there too. Ever since I was a kid, I loved Disneyland. But I'm seeing a lot of 49er fans come out of the woodwork. There's always been a strong contingent of 49er fans, but they're on this streak now, and things are looking up for them. I see more and more, and I kid them all the time. I usually have my Rams mask on, and I go, "Oh, no, not the 49ers," and, we go back and forth, and, so I saw a couple of guys, and I had to go, "Well, I was hoping you guys might catch us, but maybe not," because they lost yesterday. So, maybe those same guys that were making the memes on their YouTube channel, some of them are my 49er buddies. They were making memes of, on YouTube of Shanahan, owning McVay, or McVay in a little pouch, like a baby pouch in front of Shanahan. Maybe they'll do the same thing to Carroll because Pete Carroll owns them. So maybe they'll have the same energy to do that. It's just funny how the Seahawks can beat the 49ers, and 49ers make stupid mistakes against them or screw up, and they play perfect against us, or not perfect, but they do just enough to beat us. It's just amazing. It's just the way the two teams are. We can roll out of bed and beat the Seahawks. It doesn't matter if we're a Jeff Fisher Ram team. We play them tough all the time. It's just, it is what it is. I wish, I almost wish that we had the same magic against the 49ers. I wish we can switch it to the Seahawks, because I wish we could just roll out of bed and beat the Niners. but it hasn't worked out that way. We should be able to beat them these last few times, but whatever. They're in the rear view seat. They're one more game behind us again. If it wasn't for the Seahawks being so horrible and Russell Wilson being hurt all this time, maybe the Niners would be back in last place. They're close to it. But it was a hell of a game yesterday. I was watching some of it. The highlights of the Seahawks and 49ers game. Um, yeah, around the league, the Buccaneers seem to be coming on, the 30-17, but they have their own issues with their wide receiver, AB. I guess he had some fake vaccination cards. The Chargers are a team that's our little brothers in SoFi Stadium. Sometimes they look like world beaters, and sometimes they don't. And they beat the Bengals. The Bengals were up and coming. I heard that their quarterback got hurt. I hope he can play against the Niners. I hope he's nothing serious just for him, but I would love for them to be at full strength to play the 49ers to give them another loss. Um, the poor Vikings. Congrats and props to our longtime Ram quarterback, Jared Goff. They got off the snide and finally got their first win against the Vikings. The Vikings, that franchise has been a proud franchise, a winning franchise for a long time. But boy, they lay eggs. We thought we laid some eggs here and there, but always when you expect them to win, they don't. And especially when I've rooted for them a few times to beat, like, say, the 49ers or teams, to help us, I hope the Vikings can win that game. I hope they can help us out in our playoff positioning, and they lose. So here they are losing against the Lions. And like I said, on any given Sunday, but geez, that's their first win. So props to Jared Goff getting a walk-off win, TD touchdown, at the end and winning that game. Vikings beat the Lions 29-27. And the Eagles are another team. Without their quarterback, they beat the Jets 33-18. The Jets aren't a good team, but that's a lot of points to put on a team. And the Colts, 31-0. The Colts are another team. You don't know what you get with them. The Steelers and Ravens, I hope the Ravens still stay down when we play them. Anytime you have a mobile quarterback, anything can happen. But the Ravens got lost against the Steelers 20-19 in a horrible game, but they won. The Chiefs seem to be picking up steam at the right time, and they did just enough to beat the Broncos 22-9. Wasn't very close. And the Cardinals, with Kyler Murray back in this fold, they just keep rolling 33-20. That's a team that's something to be reckoned with. We got to handle them. Matter of fact, I'm back on the Disneyland tip. I was at Disneyland yesterday, and I saw the first time in a while I seen a Cardinals fan. And I had my Rounds mask on, and we're walking around. And I go, "Oh, Cardinals, we're coming for you. My Rams are coming for you." And the guy's all, "Yeah, all right." So he's going back and forth, just a little bit as I pass by. And I go, "Well, you guys are playing good. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see you in Arizona." So, we owe them. Hopefully, we're ready to go and we can get this win Monday night. I'm looking forward to it. We have laid some eggs in some prime time games, and we need to just start getting on the other side of that. This team this team has enough players on both sides of the ball that are playmakers, big studs. We should just get off on somebody and a good team, and that's what I'm hoping for with this Cardinals team. Come with us going to Arizona is we're gonna just smash them. Even if it's a hard fought game and we just win, that's fine. But I would love to smash them. Remember that this is the first time they beat us. This last time at SoFi Stadium earlier in the year. Out of 8 tries, we were 8-0. McVay was 8-0 against the Cardinals, and so they're riding high, and they have a right to. They've been beating everybody, but there's some teams, a couple teams they lost to that kind of scratch your head. But like on any given Sunday, and we just have to, if we beat them here on this next game on Monday, that kind of puts a little doubt on their head, like, oh, maybe that was a fluke, or oh, the Rams have Von Miller, this little quarterback, Kyler Murray, not just a short in stature, but he's a smaller quarterback, smaller bone, He's not very big like a Russell Wilson's, who's durable and he can take hit after hit. We got to get after him, and not that we're trying to hurt him, but we can. He'll think twice and start flinching in there. He's only human, and but that's one thing about having a quarterback like that. He's very dangerous, and he helps you win. But at any time he can get crushed and be out for a while. So I look for us to come out on Monday and and get this W. We can get to 9-4 and beating the Cardinals. We'll be one game back, and we'll see what we can do. And even if we don't win this, I don't want to give that up. I want us to win. But even if we don't, we're still right in the thick of things. Um, I hope that we can run the table, but I see us losing once, maybe two more times on hard fought games. That happens, but I would love to run the table. If we had a Robert Woods in there, I'd be a lot more confident. And OBJ was just the cherry on the top, but he's still getting acclimated to the offense. They look good this last game. Van Jefferson was looking good. Dropped the ball that he should have had, and he knew it. Um, but everything is right on track for us to make a hard push for the playoffs and get in position. So I'm very excited about these next few games coming up. Um, Everything is right there in front of us, like McVay said that it hasn't been written yet, and we have the pen. So let's write some good stuff. I expect a lot of exciting, hard-fought games. Von Miller to show up and show out. He's been a little slow getting sacks and things like that, but he's getting in there and raising havoc. And so I expect us to be rolling. And by the time we play the Niners again, maybe they'll be out of it by the time we play them, but I don't expect that. They have a good running game. We'll see what happens with them. I'm looking forward to I already have my sights set on the 49er game. I like as always, but they hated 49ers, but they laid an egg yesterday, all this, without Debo. Hey, look at that, we're without Woods and there's no excuses. We lost to them and got blown out. They lost to a Seahawks team that was only won 3 games. And they thought that they were here we go, we're back on track. Well, back on track from what? You guys normally don't make the playoffs. Well, we'll see. Back on track to get a 500. You got one game above 500 and you went back down. But it is what it is. Life in the NFL is hard. Us Ram fans, we're a little spoiled. We got all these players and we have big expectations, and rightly so. But we're right where we need to be, guys. The sky is not falling. We're at 8-4. At the beginning of the year, if you would have told us we were 8-4 at this point, we'd be like, okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, we're right out. We're within a game or two of the top records in the league. And so, we got to get these W's though. We got to get these W's. And, we've had our share of injuries. 2 of our O linemen got hurt this last week. Hopefully they'll get some treatment and they'll be okay. The Brian Allen and can't remember other starting linemen, but a little banged up there. But, that's life in the NFL. Next man up mentality. So, I'm looking forward to it, guys. I just wanted to come in here before I had to go to work and talk about put this video out there. I never announced these. Maybe I should, so we can get some more brothers in here. Ramelia in here, but I just like to just real quick to get in here and pop in, and I appreciate guys like Jared comes in here, and Jared Ramirez, and a lot of guys are working right now and stuff. But I'm really excited about this team. My faith is not dwindled. We do need some improvements. I love the special teams this time. It wasn't great, but we got a big run, and I like them putting in number 19 in there, and he looked good. That's what I'm talking about right there. That'll help in the playoffs. A shorter field position will put pressure on the defense, and we can a couple of quick breaks here and there. We got a quick touchdown, and that's what we need instead of having to go 70 yards all the time, being at our own 15, and stupid penalties, and that bring us back. So we need an improvement on that. So everything. This is the game that I think I've been saying because we've had these last 3 games that are we've laid an egg. We cut down on the turnovers this game. Everyone played what they were supposed to. OBJ got his touchdown. Life is good right now. We're 8-4. We have some tough games coming up, but that's what we want. We only want to play the best and beat the best, and we want to be the best. So, that's what it is. So, I'm just, I couldn't be any happier right now. I'd like to be the division leader, but we're right there on the heels of the Cardinals. The Cardinals took off and ran away from everybody, and they've dealt through their injuries, and Colt McCoy came in and righted the ship. We could have taken advantage a game or two here and there. We lost against the Titans and 49ers. We could have moved back up in there, but we only be one game back maybe. But we're right there. We're at the top of the toughest division in the league. We're second place. We're poised to get to the Super Bowl still. All of our stuff is on track. Hey, Nathan, what's up, brother? What's up, Ramilia? He says, let's take the momentum into Arizona. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I was looking forward to, is this game. On any given Sunday, a team can rise up and get up and guys make plays, but I think we're going to use this as a springboard. Sometimes, you know, um, guys get confident and they say, "Oh yeah, that feels good. That worked." We were a little down in the tooth because the Robert Woods news, and the team took it hard. He's such a huge, you got A and you got B right here, or A1 and A2, Robert Woods and Cooper Cup, and they do a lot of the blocking, they do everything. And when one guy goes down, that's a huge loss. And Van Jefferson's a good player, but he's no Robert Woods. Who is, right? OBJ is great, but he's no Robert Woods. So it just takes a little time to get acclimated. And this passing offense is very complicated in certain respects. There are some things that you can do, but when you play good teams, they're more challenging. And so that's been a little bit to get us acclimated. And now that OBJ's been there for a few weeks, and we use this game as a springboard, exactly like Nathan said. So I'm looking forward to this upcoming Monday game. I really hope McVay has the guys ready, man. I wish I could go in there and talk to him. I'm just a fan like everybody else, but man, I have a way of saying, hey, just cut it to the stick. Hey, Johnny G. Yes, please. He says, please, Rams, beat the Cards. Yes, I want to beat the Cards. Um, there's two games in this run that I for sure want, is this Cards game, and I want the Niner game at the end, and I want the Niner game to be a blowout, and I want OBJ to go grab a Rams chain. Matter of fact, I might take one. I might take one to that game so I could give it to him. But yes, those are the two games that I want for sure. But yes, we can run the table if we can't. We can. I see us realistically losing maybe one more time somewhere, possibly two more times, and be okay still in the pecking order. But I could also see us running the table, and I only say that because our offense is still getting acclimated with OBJ. Von Miller has not hit his stride yet. His ankle was a little worse than we thought when we brought him in, but we didn't just bring him for this stretch run. We brought him in for the playoff run. So he's in there. He's doing his. They're getting used to each other, learning to play off of each other. It's chemistry. Look at my Lakers. Oh boy, you got to have chemistry besides great players, and you know, so we got to be all excited of this is an exciting time of the year for us. Yeah, Johnny G, we own the Cards. I don't know why he says I don't know why they dropped that game to that was I was very surprised how we played that game, but then again, I was very surprised how we played the Titans. I was very surprised how we played the Niners, even with Robert Woods out. Just because we lost to them so many times, I'm very surprised. But McVay is starting to learn to run the ball more this game. Hopefully, he'll do that. Henderson was a little banged up. Sonny Michel got most of the carries. Um, yeah, Sonny Michel got all the carries. So, we need to run the ball. Oh man, I could just wonder what would it be like. You hate to think like that, but would our record would be, or our outlook would be, if Cam Akers was there. Because that guy's a stud. He can take it to the house. He makes defensive because we have little guys, Sony Michelle and Henderson. They're little guys. They're fast and they do. I'm glad we have them, but Cam Akers, just, there's defensive backs. They don't want to get in front of that A train. That's the difference between a Cam Akers coming down on you or a little Henderson where you can put your hand out and maybe trip them up, real easy. But props to them. They're a good change of pace back. Sony Michelle and Henderson. He's done a hell of a job filling in. But Cam Akers is something else, man. If we had him right now, boy, So hopefully, maybe looking forward to that as a playoff run. He's healthy enough to play. Maybe give us about 15 carries a game. Maybe towards the end of the game, see how we. It's going to be a monitored look to see how many plays he can go because we don't want to mess him up for the future because he looks wonderful. I don't know if you guys had a chance. Check out his Twitter and his IG accounts for Cam Akers, our stud running back. He looks wonderful and he looks amazing to be at this point in his rehab. I mean, he's doing the ladder on the floors, pivoting, jumping up, and so we would not overwork him if we did bring him back. It would have to be doctors okay. He's a very important player to our future. But if he can help us win a Super Bowl and we don't overuse him, yes, definitely. And just him being out there, you have to account for him. So yes, so I'm looking forward to it. But I just want to thank you guys for coming in. I should announce these when I'm going to do this, but I'm still getting myself getting used to this stuff. I'm gonna get my overlays going, and so I can show you your guys's chat on the screen. I'm gonna set that stuff up too. My channel is evolving, so I appreciate you guys coming in. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. And hey guys, keep your head up. Be proud that we're 8-4. We're a team to be reckoned with. Matthew Stafford has another 3 touchdowns this game. He's league leading and one of the league leaders in passing yards and touchdowns. Every team or quarterback has his lows. Look at Tom Brady. He's had a few bad games in a row, and but we'll be fine. We just need to keep putting these W's on the board, and as we go, we keep having injuries, and we have to just put them behind us and keep winning. But yeah, guys, we're 8-4. We're second in the division, in one of the toughest division in the league. We've had one of the toughest schedules at the end of the year. So let's just get it, bring it on. Let's do it. And so, yeah, so, be proud, be ready to go, be excited for Monday night. I expect us to finally get that game where we play a full game with Matthew Stafford throwing dimes the whole time, starting off fast. We run the ball down their throats. Von Miller, and we get a lead, and Von Miller and the guys can tee off. I'm looking forward to it. Ramsey, Darius Williams, maybe we'll finally start playing like he did last year. All these losses and bad plays, in the secondary, playing the Packers, playing teams like that earlier in the year. I would have wished we could have won those games, but it was good experience for a young secondary. It'd be nice to win for them to get experience and we still win, but that's going to hold dividends. We have tape on it now to see what mistakes they're making. So make no mistake. We'll be right there till the end. We want to win the Super Bowl. So, this is our journey. Like I always say, it'd be nice if it was just a dominant Ram team all the way through with no injuries, or if we had an injury, we just overcome it. And, kind of like the Cardinals have with their quarterback out, and McCoy comes in. It looks like, Joe Montana. Well, I'm not going too far there, but they got the 2 wins when he was out. But yeah, so this is our journey. This is what makes us our Super Bowl contending team, because we overcome stuff. We still haven't seen a full spectrum of defense and offense that are playing in all cylinders. Hopefully that'll be this game. And but yeah, I expect this game against the Jaguars to have been a springboard. And we're gonna have a hell of a game on Monday. I'm looking forward to it, guys. I'll be talking about that a little bit later in the week too. And but yeah, appreciate you guys coming in, Johnny G and Nathan, and Jared. Thank you guys, and have a good day, guys. And as we always say, may the Amelia be with you, and Ramulators, mount up.